Tonight's programme deals with a serious issue. Something all of us, man, women, children, have to deal with in our lives. Something that we are embarrassed to talk about. To criticise the closed shop of operators. This programme is entitled The Phase Effect. But first, we're going to look at our guest in happier times. Thank you for coming along this evening to talk about the phase effect. I know it can't be easy.
No!
I know this is hard, but can you tell us how this relationship with phase began?
I was recommended about 10 years ago when I met Miss Lizzy and Master James, and were really nice and ever so helpful. And I used to have really long hair, and well, they encouraged me to have a trim and to change the colour, but I was so happy with the results.
Okay, what happened that led to the phase effect? I'm just wondering, what happened?
Well, Mr. James realised I wouldn't have a really big haircut, and Miss Lizzy, well, she just started to get bored with all my brown hair, and then when Miss Lizzy washed my hair, she'd rub all this shampoo in little circles, and then it all got stuck in everything in the plug hole, and then she used to really pull it, and then one day she just said to me, "Oh, do it yourself," and gave me the brush back, but I didn't mind that.
She gave you the brush to use? My God. So, what happened on your last visit then?
Well, it was awful. It was awful. For ages, Danny, one of the other staff members, had done my hair, and she was so good, and she was gentle, and the colour was always really lovely. But when I turned up that last time, well, she just said, "I'm not doing your hair." And I thought, well, maybe I'd come on the wrong day, but she said, "No, I'm not doing your hair. Miss Lizzie's doing it." And I said, "No, no." And she said, "Well, I don't know why, she just changed it in the book." Oh, it was really awful. Anyway, so Miss Lizzy said she'd be doing everything. She washed it, and then she asked me if the colour was the right colour, the colour that I always had, and I said, "Well, yes, it was." And then she went off, and then she mixed the colour and she put it on, but she was sort of looking at me really funny, and she just seemed to be sniggering and stuff. Oh, anyway, then when she washed it, and then she washed it all the same, and I knew it would all be naughty, and then she said, "Well, I've got a special brush," and then she couldn't find it, and that was when she made the other customer go and look for the brush. I couldn't believe it.
I'm flabbergasted. Surely she didn't ask you to... She asked another customer. She actually asked another customer in the shop to go and look for a hairbrush for you.
She did. And then when I made a bit of a squeak because she was pulling my hair, she said, "If you don't shut up, I'll tell you who's going to win Bake Off."
She did not. Bloody Bake Off?
She did. If you don't believe me, you ask that lady that had to look for the brush. She heard everything.
And then what happened?
Well, I'm dressed like this because of what happened. Because at least this way I feel invisible and nobody will look at me. I can just melt into a crowd. Because when I came out of phase, I would be noticed from the moon.
Right, I don't know if you consider this, but would you be willing to show all the viewers the results of this phase effect?
Oh my God, what was your reaction?
Miss Lizzy! Miss Lizzy set it up to get her hat! And then I looked like Mrs. Patmore of Downton Abbey! She did! She said I looked like Mrs. Patmore! And then Mrs. Patmore's got hair like this under a mob cap!
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest only came forward after viewing a documentary on biphase posted on the social media encouraging men and women with long hair to visit their salon. She felt everyone should be aware of the phase effect. Brave lady. We're able to bring you a happy ending to this tale. Although her hair has lost its length, a well-known stylist to the stars has come forward and created a new fabulous hairstyle for the young lady. So hopefully she'll be able to go forward feeling a lot better than she did today. Darling, that looks lovely. Well, there's another one in the can.
This programme was brought to you by Brian Kilcline Productions with technical assistance from S. Bob, and it's good night from the Jolly Cavalier TV station. Thanks, folks.